Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Coco show man.
Next story. Watch it. Nigerian politician caught with hard cash. Is there soft cash and hard cash? Hard cash is the cash that you don't spend in your own country, yet you spend it. It's paradoxical. For instance, Ghana, our cash, our currency is cedi. So if you hold dollar, that's hard cash. If you hold pound, hard cash. So any Nigerian who holds any other currency except Naira, he's holding hard cash. The Nigerian elections will be happening. In fact, Saturday, election time. And throughout the week, we would hear more. Throughout the week, we would hear more from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We will hear that. Our prayer is that the country remains stable. But watch this. Watch this. You know this guy? You know him? He has a very, very nice face. But he doesn't look like he's a nice guy. BBC gave us this photograph. Watch this. And this is money that the guy is holding. You know how much it is? This is American dollars. It's more than $500,000 American dollars sitting down in his bag for the Nigerian elections. Let's understand what it is. Come here. Watch me. BBC says, Chinyere Igwe, Nigerian politician arrested with 500,000 American dollars on election eve. That means on Friday, he was arrested with this amount of money. A Nigerian politician has been arrested for alleged money laundering after being caught with 498,100 American dollars, the equivalent of 414,000 British pounds in cash a day before general elections. Now, the piles of US dollars were found by police inside Chinyere Igwe's car. Mr. Igwe, an opposition PDP member of the House of Representatives, was also caught with a list of people to give the money to. Police say in previous elections, politicians have been accused of rigging polls through vote buying. Nigeria has recently issued new banknotes, partly in order to make it harder for politicians to amass large sums of money in order to bribe voters. Oh, Nigeria, love Nigeria. So you see what Nigeria did? Nigeria starved its citizens of cash. People were demonstrating. They went to the banks, no money. Hey, ATM, no cash. Some of them even broke the ATM. They found cockroaches instead in there. And lizards. And wall geckos. Sometimes even spiders. But no cash. This was why Nigeria did that. To stop politicians from amassing money for elections. However, not enough of the new notes are in circulation, leading to widespread anger and frustration. People have been queuing for hours outside banks in order to get cash, often without success, while some have attacked banks. I'm just telling you that. Some 40% of Nigerians do not have bank accounts and so rely on cash to buy food and for other everyday uses. In a Twitter thread, police in Rivers State, where Mr. Igwe was arrested, urged all contestants and political parties to comply strictly with provisions of the Electoral Act with other relevant laws. The elections are predicted to be the most competitive since the end of military rule in 1999. With how many candidates? 3 candidates. Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and Bola Tinubu of the governing APC, all seen as potential winners. Wow. The head of the country's electoral commission, INEC, has told the BBC's Peter Okoche that the authorities are prepared for Saturday's vote. Reports around the country indicate that materials are being delivered to the local governments as planned. Mahmoud Yakubu said, "We are exactly where we want to be in terms of preparation." Mr. Yakubu added, saying security agencies had assured INEC that the vote would go ahead smoothly. Dash it away. You see, that this Nigerian election is the most important one. At the end of the day, whoever is going to be declared winner would have beaten other potential winners. Some are going for Atiku. Atiku used to be a vice president. Tinubu is also there. Peter is also there. Peter Obi is the choice of a lot of the people. Atiku is also one. Tinubu is also one. So this is the most competitive Nigerian elections. I am happy to see this. I am happy to see democracy entrenched in Nigeria. I am happy to see how the government is taking a solid stance to be able to leave a legacy. I am not a favorite, or better still, the president of Nigeria is not my favorite. But this president is beginning to convince me to give him some ticks. Looking at what Nigeria has done in the last few months, I am tempted to believe that if this government has started like this, by now Nigeria would have been a huge success. Which Nigerian president would have the vim and vigor and energy to hold back cash like Mugabe did? Such a populous country is the biggest in terms of population in the whole of Africa. If a man is able to be president of that country, he can be president of any country in the world. Somebody told me, if you can drive in Nigeria, in that chaos traffic, you can drive anywhere in the world. My brother, my sister, this politician holding the cash, they saw a list. He was going to distribute the money. Is it news in Africa? Is it news? No. No. MPs are paying bribe so that they can be elected. Even ministerial appointees are juggling left, right, and center. They call that lobbying. But they juggle so that they will be voted or handpicked. The political space is so dirty, my brother, my sister. So dirty. If you don't have money, forget, you will never be elected anywhere in Africa. No money, you can have the best brains, but you will never be elected. The people are waiting for you to pay bribes to them. Imagine an MP wants to be elected. He goes into a certain village. The first thing they ask him is that, we are all hungry here. If you can throw a big party, we will support you. If you can build us 4 boreholes, a toilet, and this and that, we assure you of our votes. Politician is now bargaining with them. I can't do all, but when you vote me to power, I will do more. All I can do is this, is that, is that. Is that not bribery? But this is what happens. Every election, there's inflation in the country where the election is taking place in Africa. People throw money around. It's terrible. This is the Blackport, aka Kukushodom, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more to talk about. But before I leave you, until we put aside all these money games, all these money games in our politics, we would only continue to elect rich people into government. And rich people are not necessarily the wisest. Instead of looking at the brains, we are looking at the pockets. How would the country grow? How would Africa grow? When a man who seeks election, you have to look at how deep his pockets are rather than how deep his brains are. Think about it.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco Show.